My name is Kev Largey. I do a lot of painting, graphic design and organise events. I've got an exhibition in the QFT and this is what we're going to be talking about. Number one is called Long Haul. Basically very, very, very multi-layered. I think the paint is probably thicker than the canvas on this one. Like, I've painted this 100 times and there's a bit of tape and stuff on there, varnish. There's just loads going on, really. I kind of liked it. There's a bit of airbrush stuff going on here, acrylics. Kind of happy with that one. I liked it, you know. Free flow. I spent a lot of time on this messing around, like kind of new techniques to me, like been messing about with the airbrush again, a lot of brush work. Like I seen this guy's work before, a dude called Guy McKinley, who kind of influenced me in a way to do this one, just by kind of watching him, how he paints with a brush and stuff. He does a lot of things with acrylic ink and Indian ink, and it looks really nice. So I was kind of borrowing a couple of techniques from kind of seeing this guy at work. Again, like this one's on a piece of plyboard with like a sort of heavy coat of varnish over it, so it makes it really kind of subtle and stuff like that. Number three, wee one, again multi-layered. There's a load of stuff going on here. I think I actually cut this piece of wood off one of the other paintings that are kind of around the corner. Basically this was very, very quick, and I kind of enjoyed it, the spontaneity of sometimes, like, you know, you don't have to spend like ages on a painting to make it look good. So this was like kind of quick to do, and yeah, I kind of enjoyed this. I like this wee one. Number four, Warp. This is like really kind of experimental, kind of weird stuff. I think this was kind of stuff that was going on at maybe 3:30 in the morning in the studio, knowing that I was going to have to hang an exhibition the following morning. Like, this is really, really, really multi-layered. Like, there's tons of stuff going on here. There's like loads of airbrush things and sort of cutting out sort of backgrounds, and just it's kind of odd. You can, if you look really closely into the eye of this character, it's kind of like a face. You can see like the bottom lip and the chin and stuff. So it's kind of one you could look at for a bit and find loads of new sort of stuff that you wouldn't initially jump out at you. This one, Blackbird, it was for an exhibition organised by a guy called Rory Jeffers, and it was something along the lines of more than 13 ways to look at a blackbird or whatever, and that was my kind of interpretation, which was more than 13 ways to look at a blackbird. It's like just this weird looking bird with a fish for a wing, and loads of people. It's big, the big mechanical thing, and loads of wee tiny people just standing looking at it with like shopping trolleys and dogs and things like that. I really like this. It took me like ages to do, in Kev terms anyway. Snow White, again, like this is multi-layered. Like you can see a character sort of up in the sky, it was originally another painting which I painted out and I wasn't really 100% happy with, so I kind of painted over again, and loads of different stuff going on here, like a mountain in the background, and yeah, like almost like the wee one. This was kind of quick and spontaneous in a way, like even though there's a lot sort of going on, like doing the character and stuff, the black line on top, like it was kind of spontaneous, and I kind of like it because it's shaded as well, you know. It's kind of a nice bit of shading. Number 12 here is called Green Girl. Basically it's kind of multi-layered, stencil work and mixed up with kind of acrylic and stuff as well. What it did was just laid down like loads and loads of washes. It's actually, I painted a few things on it before, so you can kind of see like remnants of sort of older paintings that are on that. Like I kind of feature that a lot in my artwork. Like, so sometimes when I'm not too happy with something, I'll kind of paint over it and just keep on painting over it until I sort of get somewhere that's kind of cool. So basically, this one is loads of layers of acrylic sort of drips and things like that. You can kind of see that I've held it upside down to get the background done, and then painted the stencil on top, so the drips are kind of going towards the ceiling, if you know what I mean. So that's the buzz of that one. Turned out well. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah. This one's I spent a lot of time on this actually. It's sort of more to do with like brushes and things like that, and a little bit of spray paint as well, more freehand spray paint as opposed to stenciling. Basically this was like a part of like lots of other kind of paintings as well, so it was a section which was on a wall, if you know what I mean. Red Boy it's called, yeah, number 13. So basically I spray painted the character, all the basics down, and used like mixed up acrylic and Indian ink, and kind of shaded it with that and a little bit of spray paint as well, so it sort of has like a nice kind of mild kind of shading effect going on, like, and then the background is like just red acrylic with drips and things like that, but being careful not to paint over the main character kind of thing. He's kind of like a development in like all these little sort of weird characters I've been working on for like well over a year now. Like, it's basically something that if I was to sort of go and land into anywhere with a bucket of paint and a brush, I'd be able to paint that kind of stuff with my eyes closed. You know, I don't need special sort of equipment like stencils or spray paint or things like that.